Two internet giants, one grounded, one in orbit. It's Cox versus Starlink. Which one really delivers? On the left, Cox, offering reliable cable and fiber for homes in the city and suburbs. On the right, Starlink, beaming satellite internet anywhere on Earth, from mountaintops to motorhomes. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The winner might surprise you. Here's our mind map for the day. We're checking out price and equipment, speed and performance, availability and coverage, data and limits, customer service and installation, and, oh, this is a big one, mobility and use cases. Just so you know what's on the menu. All right, let's start off with price and equipment. So Cox, pretty budget-friendly up front, right? Plans start around $50 a month, and you don't get dinged with some huge hardware fee the moment you sign up. But, and this is classic cable, the promo price they give you in the beginning, it's almost guaranteed to creep up after the first year. Something to watch out for. Now, Starlink. Oh boy, this one's a bit of a shocker. Sure, the pricing is super straightforward, no weird fees tacked on or anything, and once you buy the hardware, you can actually move it around with you. Pretty cool if you're a traveler, but it's nearly $600 just to buy that dish, and service runs about $120 a month. Compared to Cox, that's definitely not cheap. So, Cox easily takes the win here for affordability, even if you're bracing for those cable company shenanigans. Moving on to speed and performance, because, yeah, what good is internet if it crawls, right? With Cox, if you're lucky enough to score their fiber or cable in your neighborhood, you can get up to 940 Mbps down. That's screaming fast. And, gamers listen up, latency is usually super low. The fine print? Speeds depend on your plan and how crowded your area is. Sometimes you'll feel that classic everyone's home slow down in the evenings. Now Starlink, honestly for satellite, it's ridiculously decent. Most folks get 60 to 120 Mbps, and sometimes you even see 300 plus on a good day. Latency sits around 30 to 60 milliseconds. Way better than the old school satellite days. But you can tell Starlink's got limits. Bad weather, overcrowded area, your internet might slow down, maybe even below 50 Mbps at times. So, if you want consistently blazing speeds, Cox wins out on performance. Okay, let's talk about availability and coverage. This is kind of the entire reason Starlink exists, right? Cox, solid in the cities and suburbs, super steady where they've got wires in the ground. But step outside town, rural, mountains, anywhere remotely off-grid, good luck, unless you already see those green cable boxes. Starlink, on the other hand, the big selling point is it works like almost anywhere on Earth. As long as you've got a clear view of the sky, you're set. Living on a farm, RV, boat, or way out in the wild, Starlink is your ticket. Of course, you have to commit to putting an actual dish somewhere outside. Not everyone loves that. So, for coverage, no contest. Starlink grabs the win. Oh, and here's something cool. Did you know Starlink satellites fly just about 550 kilometers above Earth? That's over 100 times closer than those clunky old-school satellites. Makes a huge difference for speed and latency. Now, how about data and limits? Cox, on their better plans, you're looking at basically no hard data cap, so stream away. And they throw in nice-to-have parental controls for families. But, and it's always something, if you pick a cheaper plan, there's often a data threshold where they'll start slowing you down. Super annoying if you binge a lot. Starlink, though, this is actually impressive. Residential plans are truly unlimited. Like, no fake caps. Just blast all the Netflix, YouTube, Zoom calls you want. They don't throttle unless there's a congestion emergency in your area, but for standard home use, you're golden. Starlink wins this round for letting you go wild with your bandwidth. All right, customer service and installation. Cox is, well, it's a cable company. There's phone support and physical stores if you need help. That's nice. But real talk, their service reputation isn't exactly award-winning. You might find yourself on hold a lot, and outages do happen. Starlink is interesting here. The entire thing is self-install, guided by a pretty slick app. You don't wait for anyone to show up. You just unbox, plug in, follow the steps. And support is digital, usually responsive in the app or by ticket, but yeah, there's no actual phone to call. It's a little less personal, but for fewer annoyances and easy setup, Starlink edges ahead in this category. Last up, Mobility and use cases. Cox is basically for homes and small biz, fixed to where you live, no moving it around, no using it on vacation. Not exactly flexible. Starlink, this is where it shines. They have plans and hardware that are designed to move. You can stick it on your RV, use it on a boat, or work remote, literally off the grid. Of course, you still need power, and some models aren't quite as portable as you might imagine. But for people who want true mobility, Cox just doesn't compete. Starlink absolutely wins here. So if you're the visual type, just check out this radar chart. You'll see Cox coming out strong for price and raw speed, but Starlink is absolutely dominating when it comes to coverage, unlimited data, and mobility. Kind of wild seeing how different their strengths are, right? Final opinion time. If you want classic reliability and city-friendly prices, Cox is hard to beat, if you actually live where they have service. But honestly, Starlink opens up a whole new world. For rural, remote, van life, or just getting fast internet where cable doesn't even bother, it's the obvious choice. Cox wins for value and speed, but Starlink's the game changer if you need internet anywhere. So, which service would actually fit your lifestyle better? Streaming in the city or blazing Wi-Fi in the wild? Let me know. And don't forget to subscribe for more head-to-head tech breakdowns like